These are the tips and tricks you need to know regarding your e-bike battery. You can charge your battery in or out of your bike. That is up to you. It's important to note you will get 2 keys with your e-bike, and they are strictly to remove the battery and for the force is actually to operate the bike. So please do not lose them. Pull one aside, forget about it, and only use them to take the battery out, but you should not be riding it with it in the keyhole, which is right there. If you do lose one of them, you can copy the backup. If you have the Freedom City, Purity, Ambition, or Adrenaline, your charging port will be located right here. When you go plug in your battery to charge, you always want to plug this end into the wall first, then the charger into the battery port. Your first charge will take the longest, so that's something to expect. It might take roughly 8 hours. When this indicator light turns green, you want to unplug your battery. After that, it will take anywhere from 4 to 5 hours when the battery is fully empty. And if it's at 50%, it might take half of that. Do set a timer. It's important to make sure when your battery is fully charged, so when this indicator light's green, to unplug it. So that means no overnight charging. Now we're going to talk about storage. That entails short-term storage and long-term. So for short-term, it may be like a few days at a time or even a week. So a battery's happy zone is in between 20 to 80%. So it's actually where you get most of your range, and it's also where the battery likes to be at rest. So say if you went on a bike ride for the day, and your battery's in between that zone by the time you're done, you'll want to leave it where it is and only fully charge it the evening before your next ride. The reason for this is that a battery doesn't like to be left at 0% or 100% for too long. So if you're only leaving it at 100% for one night, not the end of the world, but honestly, leaving it at 0% is one of the worst things you can do. So if you ever do drain your battery fully, which is totally okay, you might as well get some charge on it. And if you don't have anyone to take care of your battery over the winter months because you are going away, say down south, then we do offer storage here. So we can either store the bike for you or just the battery. One thing to consider for theft prevention is actually taking the battery inside with you. Wherever you park your bike is always a great idea, because if I'm a thief and I see an e-bike without a battery, why would I steal that? I might go find an e-bike with a battery instead. It's one extra step for them. So that's never a bad idea unless you have the force, which of course you just take the key with you. Believe it or not, a battery is like you and me, and it doesn't like extreme temperatures. So if you are planning on riding your e-bike through the winter, that is totally fine. The one thing you should expect is your battery will drop in capacity by roughly 25%. So I would expect less range. And it will slowly degrade over time, but once it gets back up to temperature, it should bounce back. But of course, that will do some long-term damage to the battery. Extreme heat is another real bad one. So say if it's like the hottest day of the year and you're leaving your battery in the car, that might not be the best idea. Same if like you left your dog in the car. I'm sure your dog wouldn't like that. So that is something to think about going forward. Last but not least, we do give you a 3 to 5 year lifespan on your battery. That is, if you're using the bike throughout the year, you'll likely see 3 years. If you're storing it throughout the winters, you'll generally see 5. If you are following the guidelines, then you probably will get around the 5-year mark. But if you aren't, then you might get in between the 3 to 5. And that's totally okay, because in the end, these e-bikes here are meant for you to enjoy. So do not get lost in the guidelines.